Have you ever struggled with training Vaike or anyone else early on? Use this easy trick in Chapter 2. Have Frederick stand on this mountain tile, causing the enemies to crowd around him and deal minimal damage. The rest of your units should be waiting to the north where only one enemy can reach your intended trainee. On enemy phase, Vaike will attack this enemy and injure them. Even if Vaike misses his attack, it's not a huge deal, because you can chip the opponent with Virion, Miriel, and Robin on the following turn, as well as healing with Lisa for additional safety. I've shown off this strategy and similar on stream in the past, but I know some people don't want to watch 8 hours of stream footage to learn 3 minutes worth of information. Having Frederick stand on a fort or stand on a mountain and cut through a wave of enemies is pretty effective, but people often overlook the value of having Frederick stand there with no weapon equipped. You can also use the forts in the middle so that Frederick constantly heals off the damage. This can work in Chapter 1, 2, and Chapter 5, depending on how patient you are. If enemies see Fred as the only valid target, they're going to bunch up around him, and this allows you to draw them out one at a time and feed the experience and feed the kills to whichever unit you prefer. So why give the kills to Vaike specifically? Well, to be frank, Vaike is a genetic freak with some of the most optimized bases and growths in the game. The story portrays him as a total idiot who shows up to battle while forgetting his weapon, and this does leave a bad impression on some people and causes them to write Vaike off immediately. But this moment is actually a hint to Vaike's true potential. He's like a fighter from Dungeons & Dragons or any other RPG, with all of his stats min-maxed in HP, defense, strength, and speed, and he doesn't waste any of his potential on things like intelligence or magic. And because his stats are so optimized, he starts off immediately useful, helping to increase consistency in the brutal Chapters 5 and 6, while also having great long-term potential. In terms of personal growths, not including class adjustments, the average HP growth is 47, Vaike has 60. The average strength is 36, Vaike has 50. The average skill is 39, Vaike has 45. Yeah, he's actually pretty accurate once you get him going. You can use a bronze axe early on to make his attacks more consistent right away, and then later switch him back to the iron axe. The average defense is 33, Vaike has 40. His magic and resistance internal growths are comically low, but this is fine. This works in his favor. Because he's never going to use his magic stat, it's completely fine to dump that stat into the ground. Now, I will admit a little bit of res would have gone a long way, but there's not much we can do about that. The only true weakness that Vaike has in a stat that matters to him is that his speed is just about average. So you will want to make sure that he pairs up with someone who gives speed in the long term. Coincidentally, his support options are Chrom, Lonku, and every female character in the game, so this problem is easily fixed. You have plenty of options, and it's not like his speed is bad or impossible to fix, it's just average, which makes it quite easy to fix with some levels and a good partner. If you've never used Vaike before, I recommend giving him a fair try. Lately, I've been fixing my planned Lunatic Plus Iron Man route to include Vaike because he is one of the few characters with the power to make Chapter 6 as consistent as possible. Oh, also, you can use this method to train Stahl, Sully, or anyone else, so feel free to use it on your favorite character, and let me know in the comments who your favorite is. But, for now, enjoy the rest of your day.